We have always maintained that the security of the SAP system is difficult to define and complex to maintain over time. CentinelBox provides a user-friendly view for non-experts and a more detailed view for experts and auditors. In this first part, we will showcase how non-expert executives can assess the current state of their system's security and equipment performance in 3 simple steps. We will present 3 different reports. After logging into CentinelBox, the first report presents 4 charts. The first chart on the left-hand side compares assigned transactions to those used over a 12-month period. A good practice is that used transactions are close to those allocated, with a ratio of at least 80%. A higher ratio indicates issues that require attention. The second chart on the right-hand side presents the number of users with critical profiles. Ideally, this number should be 0. The third chart at the bottom shows the number of roles assigned to users and the roles used. Again, a good practice is for both values to be close, with a ratio of at least 80%. The fourth chart compares conflicts due to the segregation of functions at the transaction level between used and assigned transactions. If the gap is significant, it indicates a correlation between the first chart and the overallocation of transactions. The second report is the fast checklist, which shows 18 controls, with the main ones marked in red. We should be concerned about these controls and ensure that the indicated values are all at 0. If any of them have a different value, we should ask for an explanation, solution, and commitment to compliance. The third report compares 28 controls that can be reviewed over a 12-month period. We should be concerned about controls marked in red and any variations compared to the previous month. In this first part, we have seen how simple it is to control critical variables in the security of the SAP system. In the next part, we will present a more detailed analysis that helps us to review and prevent risks. For each user, we can see the assigned and used transactions, and when they were used, the assigned roles and the used and unused roles, critical transactions, and conflicting assigned and used transactions. All users have been sorted by the number of transactions used. Therefore, we can see for each user, at the highest level of detail, the assigned transactions, and, through a drill down, the roles that each transaction is. Then we can see the transactions used and, by pressing the plus sign, the detail in which the transaction was used. We can also see the roles assigned and the ones used by the user. Similarly, we can view the unused roles, unused transactions, and SOD conflicts by accessing the transactions in conflict with SOD and reviewing the details of their use. For each role, we can see the assigned transactions, the used transactions, by whom and when, and the unused transactions, as well as critical and conflicting transactions. For example, let's review the first role assigned to users, including the users who have been assigned the role, the users who use it, the transactions used in the role, and when they were used. We can even review transactions with SOD conflicts at this level of detail. Furthermore, we will now provide an example of preventive risk analysis that enables us to evaluate risks before assigning new roles to a user and identify any risks detected. The result can be immediately reviewed, and it will display the current and future situation the user would face if assigned the requested roles. For instance, by reviewing a pre-existing case, we can observe that there are around 1,120 SOD conflicts. The simulation result indicates that 1,291 SOD conflicts are expected, with 171 conflicts detected during the simulation process. The detail can be reviewed for each option, such as simulated transactions, roles, and the PDF report results. We must select the option that shows only the risks detected at the transaction level for detailed review. The report with its detail can be archived for traceability purposes. In this video, we have reviewed CentinelBox and how security in your SAP system can be managed in a simple and efficient way. Don't forget to visit our website, www.CentinelBox.au and check out our blog for valuable and exciting content.